Two very important topics are covered in chapter 24, marriage and divorce. The first four paragraphs have to do with marriage. The first paragraph is a simple definition. Marriage is to be between one man and one woman. The second paragraph contains four purposes for marriage. Chastity, for the production of children, and for godly offspring in particular, as Malachi says. And then the very first one is for the mutual help of husband and wife. This was a contribution of the Puritans who were recovering from the medieval church, a more narrow conception of marriage, which was almost entirely for having children. Here the Puritans acknowledge that God gives marriage to man and woman for their happiness and for their joy. Paragraph 3 says that Christians should marry only in the Lord, and they should be careful not just to marry someone who claims to be a Christian, but one who is clear about the gospel. Paragraphs 5 and 6 have to do with divorce. And just two allowable reasons for divorce are mentioned in keeping with Scripture: adultery and desertion. Abuse, physical abuse, has throughout the history of the church typically been considered a subset of desertion. But here these Westminster divines, unpacking the Scripture, say that while these sins do not demand divorce, they are allowable reasons for the breaking of an engagement or for divorce. Nevertheless, at the very end of the chapter it says that individuals are not left to the discretion of their wills. If one or the other thinks that he or she has been wronged, they should seek a public course of action. That should start with the church, actually. We should ask those who are our spiritual fathers and authorities to speak into our lives, to grant us counsel and to guide us, and for us not to pursue our own course without any accountability. God's will for marriage is that it be between one man and one woman, and for Christians, they are to be equally yoked in the Lord, mutually submitting to one another, mutually pursuing the help of the other. That's the beautiful picture of marriage that we have in the Bible and is summarized in this chapter.